This is Erica Chablis, and here I am going to show you a quick tutorial on how to add a design to your bags if you follow along with me on the bag creation from Parker on the Porch. What I'm going to do first is open up the file. If you bought one from Jen over at Parker on the Porch, you got the files. And if you scroll through, you just find the bag option that you want. I chose the 6x10, but today I'm going to do one of the other ones real quick. I use the PES file, so that one's a zip blank bag right here, 3.5 by 5 PES. I am going to open it up in Embrillance, so when I double clicked it, it already opened it up. I just have to go open up my Embrillance software. Now, if you use other software like Sew It Pro or there's a few other ones. I can't think of them. I don't know those programs. I can only show you how I use it in Embrillance. So if you are an Embrillance user, stick around. I'll show you how to add those designs real quickly. So when I double clicked it, it opened it up in this one, and I am going to go over to Embrillance, and let me see if I can make sure you're seeing it. All right, hopefully you can see everything there. I'm going to click on the Embrillance name right here, and it's going to give me the option to do preferences. When I click preferences, you're going to figure out which hoop you're using. Now, if you're using that 3x5 bag, you need the 5x7 hoop. If you're on the PE800, you do have a 5x7. If you're trying to do the 6x10 bag, you will need a bigger hoop machine. I have the NQ1700E, which is what I did in the tutorial that's on my channel. So for the other bag though, the one that I'm going to show you, you only need the 5x7 hoop. So if you want to do the purses, you can definitely do it on the P800. I just did that tutorial on the NQ. Alright, so let me show you here under hoops. See right here when I clicked on it, these are the hoop sizes depending on if you like right here, see if I clicked on it, it says oval. That's the hoop 1x3, and I can take my arrow key and actually just move up. See how it's moving up? I'm just using my arrows on my keyboard, and once I do that, you can see right here what size it is right here. So I'm going to move it up a little bit more, and you'll see it's a 4x3, a 5x2. So you don't have to figure out what this is here. I just normally look here, I would look there for the hoop size. That's the 4x4. There's a 5x7. I'm going to go up. There's a 6x10. Now, if you're on a bigger machines, you can just scroll on up and you'll find the other ones. We're going to scroll down to 5x7, and then right here it says rotate. So if I wanted the hoop in my viewer on the software, I would click this one here. So let me just show you what it does. When I click that rotate 90 and I say apply, you see the hoop? It changed here. I'm going to unclick it and I'm going to change it back. I'm going to click apply, and there we go. Now if you are on the 5x8 and if you're on the P800 and you want to use a multi-position machine for other projects, can't use it for the purse project. But if you were doing other projects like towels, you could definitely click this one right here, the multi-position, and you would click on here and you could go find, there's the 5x12. So right here, there's a 5x12 for the jumbo hoop on the multi-position machine if you need a bigger hoop. And I'll have to do a tutorial on that later. Alright, so I'm going back to normal. There's a 5x7. I'm going to click apply and say okay. Now when I open up the purse, it's this direction, but when I actually get ready to save my file, I'm going to turn it and I'll show you how to do that. To add designs, you could do a name real quick. Let me just do the name. And then I'll do a file that you may have purchased somewhere else. So there's my A for my my letter. When I click it over here where it says color letters, this is where I'm going to go work here, and the text in the front here. So right now I'm on letters, and if I go in here and I'm just gonna put my name, and when I click enter, it gave me my name there. And if I want to go change the color, there's the color. So letters and color. So I'll click here, and if I wanted to change it to color do I want? I love red, and of course I was just looking for that, but okay, there's a brick red. Now right here, I am on, there's Madeira. I guess I'm pronouncing that right. There's Madeira. I can actually go choose another brand right here. You can scroll through, and there's some other brands in there. I know some people use the Brother, so I'm going to stick with that one. And if I say okay, it is going to change the color of my thread. And I like to do that so I make sure on my machine when I'm working, I don't have to think about the colors. I match it to what I want. So this is my name. I'm going to go back to letters. If I wanted to change the font style, you just scroll through. Now you have to have these fonts loaded, and I'll do a tutorial real quick on how to load them, not with this video, but on another one. And let's see, what did you can't, a lot of people are asking me what font am I using for my name. I actually wrote that out on an app, and I put that on my channel, how to take your writing and have a signature. You have to get it digitized if you don't know how to do digitize already, and that's what I did. I had someone digitize it, so I'm just gonna go change it. See, and that's too big. Let's see, that one was a 2-inch. Let me see if a 1-inch fits. The 1-inch does fit. So you just have to go through your fonts and see which ones you like. Let's see another one. There's Arial Black. Let me see how big that is. That's way too big. That one is if you look over here, it says 2 inches. Let's see. This is a 0.75 inch, and that one fits. You can take the corners and drag a little bit. They say don't do more than 20%, so just be careful about changing that. I'm going to change one more just so you can see Forever Ever. And there's the font change there. Well, let's make that bigger. That's the biggest of that one. See, that says 1 inch. This says 1.5, and this says 0.75. So I couldn't do much with that one. But you just go find the fonts you want to change. And like, say for instance, you want to add something else. I don't really like that. Let's see. Let's find another one. Heavy lifting. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so say for instance I want to go with that, and then I wanted to, now notice that it changed the color when you change the font. Not sure that does it all the time. All right, so there's that. If I wanted another font, I'm going to click the A again and see how I added one on top. If I go and click on it, and I'm on letters, I'm just going to put my middle name there, and that's really big. So let's see. Okay, I'm just going to shrink this just a little bit. And that's pretty big. I wouldn't want that. I like to use my middle name very small. Well, let's see. We'll go do Arial because I know that one is small. Okay, this is a 1 inch. Way too big. Let's go with 1/2 inch. Why did that do that? Okay, let's try this one. Oh, that's really small. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I did that. Now what I normally do is I click on it and I go up here and I center it. This one right here, if you put your mouse over, it says center design in hoop. Okay, so that's center, and then I'm going to go here, click on my middle name, click there. Now that's center, and then I just take my arrow and move it down. All right, so now I'm going to click over here on both of the letters, both of the words. So it's selected both of those, and then I'm going to center it in the middle of that hoop. So make sure you select, once you put all your designs there, make sure you select both to center. Let's see. Now when I'm finished with my design, I am going to go and select So it selected all of the back steps, and then I'm going to select also the letters that I added. And then I'm going to take this arrow, and I'm going to flip it. Let me do that again so you can see. I selected all of it, and then I flipped it. Because when you save it to your jump drive, you're going to want to flip it the way you want to use it in your machine. I'm going to put in my jump drive, and I'm going to say File and Save Stitch File As. Now I normally do that if I'm not going to, if I know I don't want to edit it later. The working file is it gives you a BE file. I don't want that. I want the one that's going to go on my machine, which is Save Stitch File As. When I click it, it's going to give me a PES file. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm just going to name it Purse. Just Purse 1. I don't know. Just something real quick. And then I'm saving it to my jump drive. And when I say save, it's going to save it to my jump drive. And I'm going to click here to find my jump drive. And I saved it as Purse. So I have a lot of stuff on here. Let's see where it is. There it is right there. So I'm going to open up this file in my embroidery machine, and I should be able to do the steps. Now, for some of you, you may not want to be like me and jump around on your steps. So let me show you how to move these, whatever design you add. You're going to want that on step before step 5. Because step 5, if you look here, this is going to tack down the liner, and you want to put it right before the liner. So you would need to move 2 and 3 right before. Let's see. Okay, we're going to go and we're going to move up this one, and we're going to take this one and move it up. It needs to be before step 5. So let's see here. I didn't move this one up. You see, I'll click it and I'm going to move it up one more. Move up. There we go. All right. So we moved the design up, and I'm going to go over how you can tell where exactly you have it placed. The very first stitch, that is your placement stitch. So when it does that stitch out, that's your placement stitch. So the next one is for your zipper. This is for where you place your zipper. And then the next one is your placement for your front and your liner. And then the next one, this one is to tack down your front. Now if you notice right here, it has number 1 and everything that falls under 1. So this is just the first steps before you get to what you've added. So you have your placement, you have your zipper placement, you have your tack down of your top and one of your liners, and then you have the tack down of your front. That's when you want to add any design, any lettering, anything that you want to add before you pull down your liner. So you're going to place it right here. This right here, this is on the next step. They broke it down because we moved the lettering up or the design up. So now we're going to do the next steps. The next step here, this is where you tack down your inner liner, because we're going to tack it down after we place our design. And then the next step, see, that's 1, 2. And then we're going to do the backing of our bag. And that's where you're going to place you're going to flip your bag, you're going to unzip your bag, and if you want to add a clip, you'll add it there. And then the last step here would be to add your other part of your liner. And see, there's an opening here because that's where you're going to turn it. So that's how to tell where to move it. You want to always do it before you do your tack down of your first liner. So I hope that wasn't confusing. I hope you understood what I was trying to tell you to do. Let me go and try to add a design. Let's see here. Let me move this over. If you don't want to add wording, you can definitely add other designs that you created or purchased. Here's a design that I'm going to click on, and I am going to just copy it. And let's see here. I'm going to delete this one. I'm just going to push delete on my keyboard. Click on it, push delete on my keyboard, and I'm going to click paste, and there's my design there. It looks a little big. I'm going to click here. I'm going to rotate this so we can look at it real quick. All right, that looks a little big. I'm going to shrink it a little. All right, this is just for demonstration purposes. I'm going to click this little button here that says center, and it center it really. It looks like it's on the line, so be careful when you add your designs. You want it to be in this white space. This part up here is for your zipper area, so I'm just going to move it down a little bit. All right, so there is the design. Remember that let's see, it looks like it added to the end over here, so I'm gonna minus that, and then we gotta move that up. So let's move it up. That's gonna go, okay, that's the tack down stitch right there for the front. Remember, when I go look at here, that's the placement stitch for the whole bag. That's the zipper placement. That's tacking down the front cover of your bag and your first liner. And then this right here, this is tacking down just the front. And so you all want it behind this one here. So we're gonna move this here, click on it, and I'm gonna drag it up to there. All right, and then right here, once I do that, it's gonna do that stitch of that design. And then here, let's go to the first stitch here. There, that's gonna tack down my liner. This is gonna do the placement of the bag. Remember, we're flipping, unzipping, and we are adding the clip. And then the end of it would be to add the liner. Remember, we're looking at here. That tells me that this is a liner because there's nothing here. Well, there's an open space there. It's not going to stitch right there. So I hope this helps with adding designs. Remember, let's see. Before I do that, I'm going to select the whole thing. Watch me do it again. I'm going to click on the screen and drag it up. And I'm selecting the whole thing. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it this way because that's how I taught it on the tutorial. My zipper head is going this direction. And so my design is here. All right, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comment box. Remember to subscribe if you are not a subscriber. And I hope you join me back for some more tutorials. Hope this helps. Have a great one.